On the battlefields outside of Weissman, King Louen finds himself facing off against a massive horde of disgusting and infected troops led by none other than Festus, the Leech Lord himself. So you can see here that there is about to be a massive face-off. Now all of this has come to heel as a result of the Empire coming under an impressive attack by near all of the demon forces and Archaon with the Chaos Undivided. So, playing as Bretonnia, I figured maybe Dr. Louen could come in with a bit of an antidote to help the Empire. However, I found myself facing against two massive armies of the Fecondites, and their second one is on its way. Now, the army of King Louen is well equipped. There are a great number of elite cavalry here. That's going to include Grail Knights and Grail Guardians. There's also a line of foot squires that is leading up for infantry support. Now, Grail Guardians and Grail Knights took a bit of changes. They have fewer entities now, but they are much stronger. They've been given armor piercing, so they are definitely a different story these days and are going to be extremely powerful. I used my flyers to clear the air, but unfortunately for me, there was reinforcements that came in, including the disgusting, festering stooges back there, and you saw them throwing their poison daggers or whatever it is up into the air. At this point, the forces of the Fecondites comes charging somewhat full-on like YOLO here, but I was able to get my line of foot squires in place, and the support by the Grail Guardians will be key, as even Uncle Furuncle has showed up with a case of severe diarrhea. You can see that the foot squires, I guess, are actually kind of used to that type of thing. It's pretty normal in the latrines for Bretonnian peasants, but as you can see, there is a bit of trouble. So, to the rescue comes the Grail Knights charging in. However, they were somewhat slowed down by a bunch of nerdlings. But here they come to try and save the day. Louen, however, is busy, hands full, taking on a sorcerer and one of the lords, and then here comes Bilious Thundergruff, who I guess bears a grudge against Louen from another life, and the king is really going to find him. Wow, that was quite the fart there. He's wafting it, folks. Wafting his own fart. In any case, Louen, as you can see, is in a cloud of foul stench, and has his work cut out for him. Over here, my beleaguered foot squires are only being held together by a Grail Guardian nearby, and the Fecondites are going to break through at any moment with their toads and dragon ogres. It's not looking great for my troops on that flank, but again, just in time, the Grail Knights arrive. They will always fight to cleanse Bretonnia of filth. I guess this isn't Bretonnia, but they'll still fight to cleanse it. So, nonetheless, the fight continues here. This is actually where Festus is at right now. He's getting a lot of protection from the dragon ogres. But the cycle charges will take their toll, and eventually we should be able to break through. You can see the artillery for the Leech Lord pounding in the background. And check this out. Despite how tough this fight is, Louen stands his ground amidst all of it. The Beast of Nurgle, Bilious Thundergruff, and the lackeys of the Fecondites are not enough to break him. And meanwhile, his air force is singling out targets. Uncle Furuncle is now left alone against a unit of Grail Knights. It's not going to go particularly well, but it's going to take a long time to kill him. So instead, Louen orders them to bypass good old Uncle and come and help with this fight in the center, which is becoming a little bit desperate at the moment. And the fight on my left, also quite desperate. And the Grail Knights arrive not a moment too soon here. The Summoners of Rage, for some reason, created a lightning storm out in the distance rather than here where it was needed. But the Leech Lord now finds himself the target of the Air Force here, and it is going to be ugly. Now there is a problem though. Blobbing up on the Leech Lord can of course get all of your hit points leeched away. So I'm only going to cycle charge and attempt to cause damage bits at a time. I did get some Grail Knights past good old Uncle, and they are making a big difference now. This exalted hero here on his chariot is in big trouble with all these armor-piercing, and remember, magical attacks for the Grail Guardians as well. which is really going to make a big difference here against a lot of these demons. So they are well suited to this. See Bilious now going to be taking a lot of damage. Louen right up next to him with the Sword of Coron, and the Sword of Coron has played a big role here in reducing the combat capability. After having busted up the fight on the left, finally, which had seemed in favor of Nurgle, the Grail Knights cleared it up, came charging into the center, and now Bilious Thundergruff will meet his match. Nothing seems to be able to stop the Grail Knights and their cleansing lances from destroying the forces of the Fecundites. But, I mean, Uncle's gonna try. You don't get a case of raging diarrhea quite like his to the point where you have purple knuckles. And don't bring your best. It's poor souls over here. Those peasants just really didn't know what they were signed up for. Join the army, they say. See the world. Smell the farts. Except they left out the part about smelling the farts. In any case, Uncle, his days are numbered. The Air Force is headed out for him, and here comes a precision strike. About as much of a tactical nuke as Bretonnia is capable of setting off. And Uncle is going to go down in a hail of lances there. Festus, the Stooge Lord here, also about to go down, as he can't hold the army together. And so Bretonnia answers the call of the Empire for reinforcements, and Dr. Louen brings the antidote, the cure that the Empire needs, and Weissmund has been cleansed of the filth and squalor of the Fecundites. Hey, hope you all enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, make sure and let me know down in the comments. And of course, if you want to see more videos, feel free to subscribe. Or feel free to unsubscribe and leave insults that my face is ugly. That's fine too. HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll see you all soon.